music coming on. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It must be Tuesday night. This is your Thunderstrikers live show, broadcasting from the WZIG 104.1 radio booth inside Snappers Grill and Comedy Club, located in scenic Palm Harbor, Florida. And now the host of your show, Joe D'Angelo.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe D'Angelo, Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers live here at Snappers Grill and Comedy Club. Dollar Taco Night. This is my executive producer, Mr. Devin Stafford.
Yep.
What's up? And we are back. And we are excited. Braden Point will be Tampa Bay Lightning player with his new bridge contract, 3 years. We'll get into full details about that and our roster and all the information that every Lightning fan needs to know, whether they know it or not. They're going to get educated, and that's what we do.
Yep.
So, again, welcome to the show, and I am ready to bring the news.
Let's give it to them.
Yeah. All right, let's go. All right. Tonight's game is in Sunrise. We will give you updates of the score. Vasi's in goal, by the way. Also, Cedric Parquet is still injured, but is likely to come back in action on Thursday's game. So we hope Cedi's going to be okay, and he'll be back on Thursday, hopefully. But like I said, Vasi's in net, so it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
I love it. Let me just make one thing perfectly clear, that Braden Point is not ready to come back yet. I made that point valid not too long after he had signed. I was told that he's still going to be out for a while. The time frame for Braden Point is the end of October, possibly, hopefully that'll be it, but he'll be back. And Braden is, huge for this team, and we needed to sign him, and we got it done.
We did.
So JBB, just an outstanding job, and he kept the core.
Sure did.
25% of the roster, he says, was upgraded. Very big additions in the offseason. You wouldn't think that, but they are. Maroon is tough. We saw that fight that he had the other night.
We did.
And then as he was going by the Predators, when they were all sitting there.
Bench.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is my
guy.
Stanley Cup ring, bitches. That was great. I love his intensity, and that's what you're going to see from Pat Maroon. You're going to see that kind of intensity that you need to see to fire up the team, especially if we're losing and stuff. Guys like Maroon fire up the team and get them going. So excellent addition, and very, very happy that they went out and got him. So we realized that, people will be watching the preseason game tonight, and that's all good because you can watch this show at any time on either one of our walls. And, of course, we encourage everybody to go to YouTube, of course, our YouTube page, which, Devin will put in the chat room at some point tonight to get you guys directed over to our YouTube page and subscribe to our programming, and you'll never miss a beat. You never miss a show. And right now we're doing 2 days a week, soon to be 3, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Another radio station is interested in us, so we'll keep you posted on that, because that's pretty big. That's pretty big, because we're getting known, and they're seeing how good we do and how good we are, and our sports knowledge and our coverage of the Tampa Bay Lightning and our community as well. And of course, our toy drive is coming up as well. Everybody's going to get a toy drive box, and that's going to be the first week in November, right?
Yep.
After Halloween. You get those boxes out and delivered, and we're going to do what we do every year. And I think it's going to be a huge success this year.
I do too.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge success. Let me do my shout outs here. And of course, I make mention that we also are going to go to Q105 radio, and I'm going to get on the air with Mason Dixon, just like I do. And that's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. I've only been in this business for 3 years as a broadcaster, and Mason Dixon's been in it like 40. But that's all right. That's all right. You got to start somewhere. So, we're excited about that. We're excited about everything we got going on. And, we love Tuesday nights, and we love being here. It's Dollar Taco night at Snappers. So if you're anywhere near US 19 in Palm Harbor, stop on in and get some Dollar Tacos. Holla, holla.
Or get some of those wings.
Or get some of those excellent wings. Just like I like to do. I posted a picture of those most delicious wings and fries that you can get each and every time you come here to Snappers. You can get your wings. On Monday nights, they have specials on the wings.
Yep.
And Tuesday night, they have the Dollar Taco night.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win for your tummy. It's a win-win to be around such a great place that's been around so long, this place. It's been around forever. So, again, just some shout-outs like I promised. Chris Viola, hopefully he's going to come in and guest host one of these shows. So, Chris, we're looking forward to seeing you. Our place, and, of course, Greg Smeater, where our toy drive is going to hold a fundraiser in November.
Yep.
So that's something new. So people can come down to our place and join in on the fundraiser that we're going to host the fundraiser, to try to raise funds for the toy drive for Mason Dixon.
Yeah.
Just like we do every year.
Yep.
Nico Lemela, my buddy, Gino's Pizza, Ruben Aguilar, and the Gino staff, and even the Rays fan over on US 19 in Palm Harbor, and the Geno's there, Kyle. Wow. I could say something. I could. The Rays look like, they're going to sneak into the second wild card spot, maybe. But if you're a Rays fan, you're never too sure. You're never too sure because the Rays choke all the time.
Don't be overconfident, as they say.
Don't be overconfident because
cocky.
There's nothing guaranteed for the Rays this year, especially when I look at the attendance on their playoff team. They're fighting for the playoffs, right? They are the second wild card leaders and everything, and their crowd is like, ridiculous. I posted that too, just to knock on some of my friends that are Rays fans, because nobody shows up to the games, even in the playoffs. It's just sad. It's very, very sad, what happens over there in the dumpster in St. Pete.
It is.
Yeah. Also want to remind everybody that when you get your information and you see stuff on the internet, you always want to make sure it's coming from a valid source, such as myself, or fellow correspondents like Joe Smith, Eric Endelson, Brian Burns, Kaylee Chelios. Those are all valid, and even Pierre had it right when he came out with his rumors about Braden Point getting close to signing. There was a few guys that I saw indicated that, and I received my texts from my inside source, and that's all I needed to know. When I got that, I knew that it was legit and that Braden was close to signing. And then, about a half an hour after I got that update in the morning, he already signed, and we did our update of Braden Point, all the details and everything on the deal and everything, which we're going to cover again tonight anyway, because it's Braden Point. It's Braden Point. Everything you need to know about Braden Point. So, and again, I got to mention this because we do a lot for the Lightning, and we give them free advertising a lot on the show. The boat run is the 19th annual. It's Sunday, October 27th. First race is 7:30 a.m. Go to TampabayLightning.com and /bolt run for more information about that, the boat run. So people do run around, and they do that every year.
Yeah.
So, okay. Later on also, we're just going to go over wishing two iconic people we're going to have a little segment on them. And, they earned it. So you'll see what I'm talking about later. Of course, Dan Girardi retired, so everybody knows about that. But we wanted to give mention that, we're going to sorry to see Dan retire. But, he's got a family, and, he's played out, a pretty good career. So we'll hit that as we do. We hit everything, or try to anyway. Okay, so Braden Point's deal. Here we go. It's year number 1. He gets $5.25 million, $1 million in salary, and $4.25 in signing bonuses. Let's see. Year 2, he makes $6 million, $2.5 million salary plus $3.5 signing bonus, and then year 3 gets flat out $9 million, all salary. We'll go over some of the details about what this is going to do. This bridge deal that Braden signed, how it affects payroll over the next couple of years, and little ins and outs, and how we can somehow get through that point, literally, when the time comes that we need to sign some restricted free agents for next year, which we have a list of as well. Very important stuff. So the negotiations was pretty intense, and they finally got it done. And like Brisebois said, every negotiation is different. There are a lot of unknowns regarding the contracts you're going to have over the next 12 months, starting with the cap that's, going to go up next year. And, then Julian will know what to deal with. Okay, I'm going to give you more information about this bridge deal. So this way, before Braden signed his bridge deal, we had several other players sign bridge deals before they became rich and famous and got the lucrative deals. And I'll give you the examples. Tyler Johnson in May 2014 signed 3 years at 3.333.333. And Andre Palat in June of 2014 signed the same 3 years at 333, exact same kind of contract on a bridge deal. Alex Killorn, June 2014, signed for 2 years, 2.550000. Nikita Kucherov signed a bridge deal in October of 2016. And that was 3 years, 4.7. Let's see, numbers are so small. 4.766.667 on that deal. Before he signed his huge contract that he just got, very deserving. Andre Velasquez, July of 2016, signed 3 years at 3.500.000. Those were the bridges. Okay? You get that so far?
Yep.
Okay. Then Tyler Johnson signed July of 2017. He signed 7 years at $5 million. Palat turned around and signed his deal same month and year, July 2017. He got 5 years at 5.300.000. I'm being as specific as possible here. Alex Killorn in June of 2014 signed a 7-year deal at 4.450.000. And Nikita Kucherov, and this is what I mean by bridge deal, October 2016, he signed 3 years, 4.766.667. Well, he turned around in July of 2018 and signed his 8-year deal at $9.5 million. And then Andre Vasilevsky, of course, after his 3-year bridge deal at 3.5, he signed July of 2019, 8 years, $9.5 million, matching Kucherov's at 9.5. So you had 2 at 9.5, exactly.
Yeah.
So now Braden Point gets the bridge deal, just like all those other guys did. And they had to negotiate the final couple of $1 million that the Lightning were off on their first initial offer. So I hope I was right to nailed it on the head there as far as the bridge deals, because people don't understand them and they ask me, what's going on and why what's the difference of the contracts. You have many different things that you have to study up and learn when it comes to these things, and I got it on point, literally.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can go and check out the chat room right now, and we'll let everybody know who's in the chat room and what's going on. And then when my producer is done with that, I will get on some of the information other than the new contract for Braden Point.
Before I get in the chat room, I'm going to give an update. Still 0-0 with 16-12 left to go in the first.
How about that, folks? We got you covered with the game if you're not watching the game.
We have Valerie Lynch.
Hi, Valerie.
Jeff Snyder.
What's up, Jeff?
Mark, and Zachariah Miller.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the show tonight. I know you're watching the game, and I know people are busy. So, you can always watch the show after. We don't care whether it's before or after. Don't matter. You got YouTube as well. And, of course, we're on there 24/7, whenever you want. So you never miss a show. That's the beauty of it. You never miss a damn show. That's the beauty of it.
Yep.
All right. So as everybody knows, Braden Point is going to probably get a huge deal after this bridge deal. I don't even think it'll go to the end of the third year before he'll get that bridge deal.
I don't think so either.
So, okay. So this is what JBB said upon signing him to that contract, a bridge deal. Breezewa said Point's hip injury was a result of wear and tear over the years and not one of specific play. Very important that you understand that. There is no long-term concern with the injury, as Breezewa said. A member of the franchise players have had similar procedures and bounced back. So I know a lot of people are like, well, they signed him and everything, but he's not going to be playing until the end of October. Well, yeah. You have to, it's a process.
It is.
Just like the contract negotiations are a process. Well, Braden had hip surgery and everything. That's a process. And, in the long run, when he gets back and he's healthy and they feel like he's 100%, he's going to be on the ice. He is reporting to Sunrise. He will be there, and he will skate with the team in practice. But he will be wearing a red no-contact jersey. And, we just hope that he gets better sooner rather than later.
We do.
But this team is built to win the cup. And, as we've clearly demonstrated over the years, when one guy goes down, somebody steps up, you give it to one of the kids. And there's some very deserving kids here, and we'll go over that. Who's got a great chance of sticking with this club. We have 2 open positions right now. 2. And we have 5 players vowing for 2 slots. Of course, Braden Point is hurt, so that gives somebody else a chance to step up to the plate.
It does.
Okay, so here are the names that are the best qualified and having an awesome time putting on a show. We have Alex Volkov, who has just been unbelievable. He's definitely earned his slot. We have Carter Vetterway, who's one of the favorites to win another spot. We have Gemel Smith battling Danik Martel for another spot. So there you go. Volkov, Carter Vendaway, Gemel Smith, and Danik Martel are the players still in camp that are pressing for those spots. Breezewa also was commenting and saying that there's no concerns about Braden Point's recovery, and they're confident that he will be fine. Johansson, the agent for Braden Point, said that the surgery didn't factor in the negotiations between Point and the team. He said both he and Breezewa agreed that it would be better to see what the landscape would be in a couple of years before deciding on a long-term deal. Breezewa noted that there have to be some cap-related cuts next summer if the Lightning are going to make that work. And that's another key that I had specifically said that's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So before they start negotiating long term with bigger money, they need to get rid of some of those contracts. Keep in mind, and my good friend Dan Herjon pointed this out, you have one player that's going to be lost in the draft. There's, a salary right there.
Yeah.
So you're going to lose somebody in that draft, and you're going to, lose some salary there. So that's number one. And of course, number two is you have some guys that are coming off no trade clauses. And I'm going to go over those here. As I look at the roster, and I have every single on this specific sheet that I have, it's got all the players, their 2019-20 and then 2021 salaries, 21-22 salaries, 22 and 23 salaries, all the way up to 2025. I have the figures of all these caps and figures from the salaries of the players. And it's like, I got so much respect for JBB going through this mess. I'm looking at it right now, what he's dealing with and what he's going to have to deal with over the next 5 years, because I got all the figures in front of me. I could be here all night talking about this.
You could.
Holy cow, there's a lot of money on the table right now for the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they don't have all their players signed. It's a mess.
It is.
It's a mess. And like I said, I can tell you what this paper says, but it's going to take forever, when you look at all this stuff.
Just give them a few. That's what I would do.
Well, I mean, this is all salary stuff. It's got the forwards, it's got the defensemen, it's got the goaltenders, what they're making. I'll give you an example. In 2019-20, this year, Andrei Vasilevsky's making 3.5. In 2021, he jumps up to 9.5. Curtis McKinley is making 1.3 and 1.3 in 2021. So he's going to be the same on salary. And then you have the defenseman, which is interesting. Let's see. All right. Cernak becomes a restricted free agent. This year he makes, 6.97, 0.500. Luke Wiskowski makes 700,000. Shen makes 700,000. Sergachev makes 894,000. These guys are going to be all Sergachev is going to be a restricted free agent. You have Jan Ruda, unrestricted free agent after this year. He's making 1.3 this coming season. Shen's going to be an unrestricted free agent after the season. He's making 700,000. He could re-sign. Who knows? That's cheap buy. Coburn is going to be making 1.7 over the next 2 years, and then he becomes an unrestricted free agent in 22. Let's see. Shattenkirk gets 750,000. Great deal. It
is.
Yeah, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after this year. So Ryan McDonough makes 6.750 and 6.750. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to get 6 years, and Hedman, same thing. He's signed through 25 at 7.875. All those years up to 2025. Let's look at, restricted free agent, Danik Martel after this season, 700,000 this season. Matthew Joseph, 728,000 restricted free agent after this year. Cirelli, 728,000. He's going to be a restricted free agent after this season. Patrick Marone is only 31 years old. He's going to make 900,000, which is a great deal for him. Unrestricted free agent in 21. Cedric Paquette's going to make 1.65 the next 2 seasons, and then he becomes an unrestricted free agent in 22. Tyler Johnson, if you look at him, they are locked up with him, $5 million 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he becomes an unrestricted free agent in 24, 25. But you're going to see what I'm talking about here in a few, because that's going to all change. And of course, you have Stamkos at 8.5 across the board up until 24, 25. And Kucherov, 9.5 all the way across the board through 25. So he's locked in. Okay, now, what we're going to talk about now is the no trade clauses, how they shake out, and how that could affect something. Scoreboard update?
It's still 0-0, 10:38. And the Islanders and Rangers are also tied at 0 with 9:30 left to go.
Which is Ronnie and Maureen's teams.
Yep.
That's going to be a battle at, well, Ronnie's on the road, so there won't be a battle at home.
Not at home. Probably over the internet.
Yeah, there'll be an internet battle. They'll be messaging each other. Islanders, Rangers, Islanders, Rangers. It's intense, folks. I used to be part of that whole thing back in the day as an Islander STM. Okay, here we go. We are going to talk about what happens when these guys making the big bucks, they can actually trade them without having to go through parameters, which is nice.
It is.
Tyler Johnson, on June 15th, 2021, his full no-trade clause turns into a modified clause with a 20-team list that he can't be traded to. Keep that in mind. Alex Killorn, who a lot of people I know are thinking that he's going to be the man that's going to be gone. He is, okay, starting in 2020-21, he submits a list of 16 teams that he could be traded to at any time. Andre Palat, in 21-22, he can submit a 20-team trade list that he can't be traded to, that he cannot be traded to. He will veto the deal, but he can be traded. Yanni Gourde, on July 1st, 2022, he can submit a 22-team trade list that he can't be traded to. Okay, so there you go with the with how that measures out. Interesting, right?
It is.
Okay, what I have here. Okay, so you had 0.3 years. Mitch Mariner signed the 6-year, $10 million, which was ridiculous. Austin Matthews signed the 5 years, $11 million. Jack Eichel signed 8 years at $10 million per. That is incredible. These contracts that are given out.
It is.
It's just unbelievable what they're giving out here. So we talked about the bridge deals. We talked about losing my stuff here.
Oh boy.
So we talked about the bridge deals and how it's situated and what the Lightning are up against. This year is an absolute must-win cup.
It is.
Because then you could say goodbye to some of those players.
Yeah.
And you know, that's important. That's very important. So I'm glad I got to cover that. And any questions, you can leave them in the chat. And I can always reference what I need to reference to answer your questions. Right?
Yep.
Because that's the way we do it.
I got this computer up and this computer up, so I'm monitoring from both computers.
Okay, well, we're not at the halfway point yet, so.
We got 1 minute to the halfway point.
Well, good Lord, I must have took longer than I needed to.
I guess so.
Oh, my Lord.
It goes by fast.
Okay, so I'll let you go ahead and do what you got to do. I got some notes to put together for the second hour of the show. As you would imagine, I have many.
Yep, of course. We appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you. Let's go Bolts. We are broadcasting from the WZIG 104.1 FM radio booth inside Snapper's Grill and Comedy Club in scenic Palm Harbor, Florida. And let's go Bolts.
Didn't give me enough time.
Oh, my bad. I tried to.
Okay. All right. So, you know, one of our listeners was asking a whole bunch of questions, and I tried to answer them. One of them was the foot situation with the 2 Foot brothers.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know what? They both got cut, and I mean, I don't think they did terribly bad. I thought Nolan was good. He was sent back to Kelowna of the Western Hockey League, where he was returned. He plays. Let's see. Okay, Foot will join in what is expected to be the strong Rockets team, and they will host the Memorial Cup in May. Okay, so Foot went back to where he was before, Nolan Foot, and the other Foot brother is going to, of course, Syracuse Crunch, along with Steffens, who I felt deserved to get a spot on the roster, and he got cut. Corey Conacher got waived, but not claimed, so he's back on the Crunch, as well as Alex Bear-Boulette, Ross Colton, Chris Muller, Otto Sampi, of course, Calfoot is going back to the Crunch, and Spencer Martin as well. In addition, they placed 4 guys on waivers, and they didn't get claimed. Dominic Mason, Ben Thomas, Cameron Gauntz, and Scott Wedgwood. I think Gauntz is going to be the captain of the Crunch.
Good possibility.
Yeah. Of note, Daniel Walcott technically remains on the roster, but that's because he's still injured. Once he's cleared, Julian said they expect he will start for the Syracuse Crunch. Actually, he gets placed on waivers and reassigned if nobody claims him. So technically, he's still on the roster, but he's an injured player. All right, so your locks for the roster, of course. Braden Point's not going to be here until the end of October. So the only guys that you know for sure are going to be there are Sorelli, Yanni Gord, Tyler Johnson, Mateo Joseph, Alex Killorn, Nikita Kucherov, Pat Maroon, Andre Palat, Cedric Poquette, Steven Stamkos, Martel, Smith, Vandewey, and Volkov battling for those spots. Defensemen, you got Cernak, Coburn, Hedman, Ryan McDonough, Jan Ruda, Luke Shen, Mikhail Sergikev, Kevin Shatnick-Kirk, and Wiskowski. And your 2 goaltenders, as we've said all along, are McKinley and Andrei Vasilevsky. So there you go. The roster will come to fruition over this next week of making cuts. You will see the full team. You'll see the full 23-man roster.
I might have to turn that up.
You're going to have to turn that up.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we got these people out here with their loud mics.
Yeah, it's a little loud. There's only a couple of people there. I don't understand why their mic is so loud, but hopefully you guys can hear us and it's not affecting our broadcast. Because
if you can't hear, comment down in the chat room and let us know.
I'm sure they can hear us.
I'm sure
they can hear us. So, all right. So we went over all the guys and, their positions. And of course, you're not going to have point right away. So that creates the 5-man battle to see who is going to make these 2 final spots. You could say 3 because Braden Point's not going to start. So in my opinion, I really feel like Volkov has made this team, from what I've seen of him.
Yeah.
Volkov and Vandewey should be no-brainers.
Yeah, they should be.
And then the question is, does Martel come back? Don't really know. Making a case, of course, is Jermel Smith. He's 25 years old. He's under the radar. He brings 80 games of NHL experience, having played for both the Stars and Bruins over the past 3 years. He's an aggressive puck hound. He can play wing and center and would be a good candidate for the remade penalty kill. So he definitely has a case to win a spot. Volkov is a Russian winger. He was one of the final cuts in the past 2 camps. I don't think he's going to be a cut this time. I think he's earned his spot. So we shall see if he makes the team over the next couple of days. Of course, Martel is still around. He's a scrappy winger. He only played 9 games last season while serving as the Lightning's 13th forward. He can still make the team. He's well liked. He has shown that he can handle his role. He's got a lot of guts. Drives a real edge to his game. So we'll see if Martel is going to make it. Okay. Vanderway said he feels much more comfortable this camp. Much more comfortable. He's had a lot of confidence, and it showed. He's scored some really good goals. He's been impressive. I think he deserves to make the team as well. I've said that before. Volkov and Vanderway definitely deserve to make this team. So let's see what else. Okay, on defensemen, the locks are Hedman, McDonough, Cernak, Sergeyev, Kevin Shatnick, and Braden Colburn. Luke Shen and Jan Rada are pretty much locks as well. I love Luke Shen. These are the pickups that JBB should get a lot of credit for.
Yeah.
Picking up these veteran guys.
Exactly.
I like the work that he's done.
I do too.
I think Luke Wiskowski is going to be a cut. I think he's going to go back down to the crunch and do what he does. And if they need an extra body, he's eligible for recall. So I think he'll be one of the cuts. And, I think he's definitely going to be one of the cuts. So we shall see.
Yep.
And our goaltenders are already set, so we don't have to talk about that. We already have the best goaltender in the NHL, and McKinley is more than adequate enough.
He is.
Although a lot of people are saying, well, Louis done so well, why are they sticking him down to Syracuse? Well, you know what? JBB tried to trade him, couldn't trade him, and, that happens.
It does.
He made the attempt to try to trade him. It fell through. They put him on waivers. He didn't get picked up by anybody, which everybody thought he would.
Yeah.
So now he's, still a Bolt, and he's down there in the crunch. So God forbid that somebody gets hurt.
Yeah.
If McKinley gets hurt.
Exactly.
Look at it that way. But JBB may still deal him. Okay, now we have our final segment, and we're going to cover.
Let me interrupt here. The Lightning just scored 1-0. 4:07 left to go.
Okay, who scored the goal?
Well, let's see here.
Okay, so the Lightning lead 1-0. That's a good thing. So we'll get you caught up when you can figure out what's going on with that.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do our tribute. We have 2 gentlemen deserving of a tribute tonight. One of them is Dan Girardi. For the past 2 seasons, has been a Tampa Bay Lightning player. He spent 11 years as a Ranger, 139 games, 21 playoff games, 10 goals, 34 points, and 2 seasons with the Lightning. In Dan's career, he has 927 games total, 56 goals, 264 points, 143 playoff games total, 30th in all-time defenseman. And again, as I pointed out, he was with the Rangers for 11 seasons and the Lightning for 2 seasons. And we just want to say congratulations, Dan, on a great career.
It was Alexander Volkov.
It was Volkov.
Volkov.
You think he's trying to win a job?
Yeah.
I said this kid is the real deal. He is trying to win a job. Good for him. Good, Volkov. Keep it up.
And the Rangers and the Islanders are still tied at 0.
As I said, that's going to be probably an internet battle between Ronnie and Maureen. But, preseason, so not something that
really matters.
Yeah, not necessarily really matters. Our other dedication tonight, of course, goes to Rick Peckham, who is retiring. He said he was going to do announcing and broadcasting until he turned 65. Well, guess what? He's going to be 65 in late March of 2020. He's announced he's retiring following the 2019 season, his 24th season as TV play-by-play announcer for the Tampa Bay Lightning, 42 seasons this fall, 42 years of announcing. He decided once he hit 65 that he would retire. Just an incredible man. What he's done for the Lightning and the community. It's sad that he's going, but we might as well just enjoy it while we can.
Yeah, just enjoy the last year.
Yeah, we want to wish you luck, Rick, and hopefully you'll enjoy your retirement with his 2 sons and his wife, and that's a great thing. He's done so much for the community, and we will definitely miss him.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 dedications that we wanted to acknowledge, and that pretty much sums it up, right there.
It does.
As time goes on, you have these people retiring, you have them leaving the organization, such as the Lightning Girls and some of the Lightning execs that I know that have left the company. So it's difficult, these things happen, nobody's around forever.
It is.
So it is what it is. So I wanted to see who was in the chat room. Has anything changed in the chat?
One of my friends joined us.
Okay.
Jonathan Tippins. He was here for a little while.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay. Well, like I said, a lot of people are watching the game tonight, and I didn't expect a lot of people here. But again, it's great that everybody can watch the show after the game is over, and we want to anxiously get back and do what we want to do, as far as watching the game and everything. And, before you know it, it'll be Lightning time, and it'll be October 3rd. Yep. We don't have a hell of a lot of time left to go. I'll also point out that I will be there on Saturday night in the preseason game against the Kitty Cats at home at the Amalie Arena on Saturday night. So look me up. I will be in one of my sections, 318. And I love my section because nobody's in front of me, so I can get wild and crazy and nobody's in front of me. Because sometimes, those alcoholics that are drinking too much, they get a little out of control.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to pull what is that guy? Last night on Raw, it was Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And the Fiend came out and did that claw on him.
Yep.
And he woke up and attacked Bray again, and then he gave him another claw again. So it's wild and crazy, man.
It is.
It's all leading up to craziness in the WWE. And they're going to be starting on Fox, right?
Yeah.
First week of October?
I think so.
Yep. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, yeah, that was a match. I was watching. I didn't stay up to watch the whole thing, but I got the highlights and everything. I was going over the highlights, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Braun Strowman's a huge beastly man.
Yeah.
And Bray Wyatt is not.
No.
He's just fat. But this character that they have seems to be working pretty well. Everybody seems to be, focused in on this.
Yeah.
This angle that they got. So again, we're running out of time here, and it's been quite a show. I mean, I've covered everything that I need to cover, and
we still got 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maureen just joined.
Maureen has come in. I'm sure she is interested in what's going on.
Well, I got a score update. Anyway.
It's 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 on the Lightning Panthers.
All right. Well,
it's close to the end of the first 13. And
closing up.
Islanders and the Rangers are still tied at 0 at the end of the first.
Okay. All right. So again, I don't have any questions or answers because nobody's asking any questions.
Maureen just asked where your mustache was.
My mustache has decided that it's going to take a vacation, and I'm going to take off 10 years off my face.
Right?
Yeah. At least 10 years. I got a lot of compliments from everybody at work. They all love it. And they're like, wow, you took off about 10 years without the mustache. So, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable without it. It'll grow back if I want to. In less than a couple of days, it'll be right back where it was. Matter of fact, if I didn't shave from now until next Tuesday, I'd have that mustache back full.
Yeah.
If I wanted to.
That's the thing, if you wanted to.
I don't know. I'm kind of comfortable the way it is right now with all those compliments and everything. Plus, it was my 6-year anniversary at my job at Clorox. So that was fun today. You know, I was in conversation with some of my coworkers about, you know, when I started with the company in 2012, that time did not count because I was a temp trying to get into the company. And that's what big companies do. They make you come in as a temp, and then you work a year through your time. And then, you know, if they offer you a contract or anything to work there, yeah, that's good. So
yeah,
in 2013, they offered me, you know, a nice salary and everything. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And now, you know, 6 years later, I'm with the company and I'm getting, you know, all this time off and vacation and personal time, sick time. I'm just really blessed to be working for such a great company and doing what I do. So when I'm not doing that, I'm doing this.
Yep.
And pretty soon we'll be doing this more.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, like I said, there's other radio stations that might be interested in us, and we're going to meet with them. And, you know, if we can promote, I mean, I would love to use it as a tool to promote the toy drive.
Yeah.
And it's local. So, you know, it's no big deal getting to. And, you know, we'll see what develops with that. With the new opportunity in another radio station as well.
Yeah.
But we will, we promise to stay with WZIG 104.1 FM and beautiful. He calls it scenic. I call it beautiful, whatever you want to call it. Palm Harbor is the place to be. It's a great place to live. I love it here. And yeah, I hear music.
Yeah, they're playing music over there.
I'd rather them play music than that loud girl that's on the.
Yeah, no kidding. I would too.
Yeah, but I know everybody can hear us, so I know it's not going to be a problem or an issue. I should have brought my water in, but I didn't. So I am good. I made it through the whole show without drinking one glass of water, even though my throat is scratchy. I was yelling today, you know, during the day, and yelling at lunch when, you know, somebody cut me off. I yelled out the window.
Luckily, I wasn't on the phone with you.
Yeah, you wouldn't think I'm loud, but I am terribly loud when I'm really pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
But
I can vouch for it.
Yeah, it's not a side that I like to show. I like to keep my composure, but sometimes stupid is and stupid does.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
So anyway, it was a good day for me, and you know, got my bonus, so I was happy with that. I got my evaluation coming, so things are good, rolling in nice. A couple of radio gigs, I'll be happy. A couple of Lightning games, more than a couple, but you know, I'll be there, and that's where I love to be, watching the games. It's a great thing. So anyway, I'm going to pass along to my executive producer his final thoughts of the evening. Even though we might be going off a little earlier, that's okay.
Yep.
He'll be doing his final thoughts, and then I will do my final thoughts, and I'll keep it within a 5-minute frame, which I could do very easily.
Yep.
Although sometimes I go more than that.
Yeah, it just depends. Well, we appreciate everybody for watching tonight. Like we said earlier, go and follow the YouTube channel. The show will be up there. You can watch it 24/7. Hope everybody has a great week, a great evening. We'll be back at the Casa Sunday evening, 7 p.m.
with the Queen Elsa
and the King.
And the King Cooch.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You want to get on their good side? When you come over to Casa D'Angelo, you always bring treats over to my cats.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you
buy them something.
You get some brownie points if you buy some. Oh, you know what really will do good? If you come over to my place and you bring, what's that nice stuff that they like to take before they go to bed at night?
Catnip.
If you give them some catnip, my goodness, they'll come over and hump your leg.
Yeah. After Elsa gets done rolling in it, though.
Yeah, Elsa likes to roll. Whenever we lay it down on the table, Elsa will just roll, and she'll roll and roll and roll.
I got video of it.
She nearly falls off the table every time she's rolling in that.
Yeah, I got video of it. I'll post tonight. See.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
I haven't posted it. That's why.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's a good reason why.
But let's go, Bolts. Can't wait for game day. And that's all I got.
Well, you got another preseason game on Thursday night.
Yep.
And then you got the Saturday night game, which I'm going to. And then me and Devin will be back on Sunday, and we'll be in the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers Casa in beautiful Palm Harbor, Florida. And I guess, until then, you guys have a great week. We're going to wrap up the show, get everything together, head on out. Got to get Devin home and then get home and get some good shut-eye. So anyway, it's been a good show. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll be back on Sunday night. We hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you watch the show on our YouTube channel, which will be placed on there within a day or two, and you can enjoy the show if you missed it. And of course, on my feed and his feed, anytime you can go onto our walls, and the show's always on. So great night. Give us one final. Oh, they're actually at the end of the first, right?
Yeah. That's the last. They're both.
Okay, they're both.
But the Stars and the Blues are coming up at 8.
Okay.
You got the Coyotes and the Oilers at 9. Jets and Flames at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the Sharks and the Ducks at 10.
Okay, that's the full schedule there. All right, so we'll look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday, and have a great week and everything. God bless, and we'll be back on Sunday night. So for my most illustrious executive director, Mr. Devin Stafford, my name is Joe D'Angelo, Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers Live host for your show, and we welcome you back Sunday from Casa Thunderstrikers. Good night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Go Bolts!